not publish this idea. Based on this idea, develop, Zhineng Qigong system. Actually, Zhineng Qigong, we have 3 stages, 6 level methods. Around 1980s, Dr. Pang, teaching Crane flight method. Crane flight method really as the first method of Zhineng Qigong, actually. Because that time, Dr. Pang gave this method to one of his students, Master Zhao Jinxiang. Zhao Jinxiang take the Crane flight method as his, development. He developed this system spreading out in China. Because he done a value work, bring Qigong, restart the Qigong development in China, then Dr. Pang gave this method to him. Then Dr. Pang developed, the body and mind method, holding Qi and push down methods. Then later spreading out, This is why in Zhineng Qigong, now we are used holding Qi and push down method as the level 1, body and mind method as a level 2. Yeah. And then the 5,000 organs, one is HUAXIA method at level 3. Yeah. Between 1981 to 1988, in this process, before HUAXIA Center, what's meaning here? 连接. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Between 1981 to 1988, Zhineng Qigong really spreading out in China. There have one mainly period of time is in Shijiazhuang City, Hebei Province. There, this Master Feng Guangde and Master Cao Hefang, 2 of them with Dr. Pang together, established up HUAXIA Zhineng Qigong Training Center in the 1st November 1988. Later, because every month HUAXIA Center start the new retreat on the 5th of every month. Then later move the day to the 5th of November as the school birthday celebration. All right. Between 1981 to 1988, Dr. Pang also published some book like Exploration of Qigong, called Qigong Tan Sui. Also dynamic method, speaking lecture of Zhineng Qigong. And these 2 books is published in this period of time. Yeah. Later, in 1991, as published Knowledge of Zhineng Qigong book. And since 1988, HUAXIA Center established up in Shijiazhuang, because growing up so fast, then that center cannot have no enough space to receiving all the, we say, practitioners. Then 1991 winter, move HUAXIA Zhineng Qigong Training Center from Shijiazhuang to Qinhuangdao, Hebei Province. At the same time there, Dr. Pang established up 3 centers. One is HUAXIA Zhineng Qigong Healing Center, and HUAXIA Zhineng Qigong Training Center, and HUAXIA Zhineng Qigong Research Center. Healing Center there has two center from beginning. That is a 20 days healing center called the first healing center. Have another 50 days healing center called the second healing center. Most help the peoples with seriously disease through Qigong, Zhineng Qigong practice, recovery from different disease. That's the healing center. Training center is for the advanced training. Also training the Zhineng Qigong teachers. You say the coaches, right? Teachers. They have a 24 days advanced class for the body and mind method, 1,000 organs. One is HUAXIA method. Also, they have a 3 months Zhineng Qigong instructors training. Also have the superintendent's ability course training. Have a 3 months Zhineng Qigong HUAXIA medical therapist training. They later, in 1992, start the 2 years Zhineng Qigong college training. Yeah, this training center. The research center, really, according to Dr. Pang's idea to do the scientific study in the medical line, the scientific study, also in the physics field study, in the chemistry field study, and do many way study as like transforming the HUAXIA Qi or energy, right? HUAXIA Qi into the magnet, electrical, the light, change the temperature by the consciousness intention with Qi. Also, change the structure of the metal, make them lighter or make them more heavy. Also, like do the research for the farmer growth, like use oil boiling the seed of the peanuts and beans, then return through the Fachi, return them back to normal, seed, then plant on the earth, then they regrow in the new generations. Done a lot of scientific study until until 1998, 10 years, we have published over 4,000 scientific study research article in China. Yeah. Also, every year we have one conference meeting, several times in HUAXIA Zhineng Training Center. Also there, Dr. Pang gave free training for different field professors in China. Also 1996, because HUAXIA Center in Qinhuangdao also have no enough space receiving the practitioners, new practitioners. Then the center split to different place, like move the healing center in Tangshan Fengrun, their healing center. Training center still in Qinhuangdao, research center in Qinhuangdao. Okay. At the same time, 1996, we started build up our own school. We call the Zhineng Qigong Science City in countryside of Beijing. That's Shunyi Longguantun village. Yeah. Now they still have the building there, but after 2001, HUAXIA Center closed, Dr. Pang gave that Zhineng Qigong Science City to the local government. Yeah, this is the HUAXIA Center, the history. Yeah. Then second part, second part, history, is really talk about the methods and the philosophy or theories of Zhineng Qigong development. Here, 1979, Dr. Pang gets the idea of the hypothesis of three-level substances philosophy. 80s, developed Korean's flat method. 81, spreading out the body-mind method, holding up, holding down method. 83, 5, developed the theory and methods of originating Qi field, with organizing the Qi field theory. So during those years, Dr. Pang developed. Okay. At the same time, Dr. Pang teaching how to use the consciousness to doing the Qigong practice. Because traditionally, the master not required be consciously, actively, and inwardly to using the consciousness to doing Qigong practice, And Dr. Pang really gave this idea, if you want to practice Qigong, you be inwardly to use your consciousness, to integrate with Qi, inducing the Qi according to your intent to work, This is the idea. Yeah. The 1990s, Winter published the knowledge of Zhineng Qigong. That's a book published. With the book, Dr. Pang, published the theories of Hunyuan Qi. Hunyuan Qi theory, they have unite the merging, we say unite and integrate theory of Hunyuan Qi, and unite and transform theory of Hunyuan Qi. Also the Yuan Qi theory, also there. Also within the book, published the level 1, 2, 3 methods. Okay. In that time, external Hunyuan stage, internal Hunyuan stage method is completely published. Yeah. 1988, set up school. In later 1992 to 1993, Dr. Pang published the 2 years Zhineng Qigong College book. There 5 books really published it in Chinese. Okay, there's a survey of Zhineng Qigong science, methods of Zhineng Qigong science, theory of Hunyuan whole entity of Zhineng Qigong science, then the essence of Zhineng Qigong science, superintelligence of Zhineng Qigong science. All right. Within the book of a theories of Hunyuan whole entity, the essence of Zhineng Qigong science, that's published in 1994. There, within the book, there show the original idea of the 3 level of substances philosophy idea. Okay. 3 level substances talking the physical matter level, energy field level, and the information level. That is information level through with our Qigong, Zhineng Qigong practice relate our Yuan Qi theory. Okay. In 1997, in one conference meeting in HUAXIA Center, Dr. Pang really clearly published the idea called the hypothesis of 3-level substances philosophy, this theory. Okay. Hello. Can
I think we lost Leo for a moment.
Now,
Let's see if he comes back.
now can hear me, right? That's good.
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. You really hit the internet problem. Information strong. Okay, it's then can. Right. It's on 2008, Dotcom have the
Leo, can you hear me? Yes, thank you. Trying to get Leo back on speaker. We will reconnect again. So everybody will, depending on technology here, Please send Qi to the connection. Everything will be okay.
Okay, I'll come back again.
Oh, good.
Hello, Martin.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, hello.
That's because the internet, and now we just changed the internet.
I'll put you on full screen so we can see you very, very well and hear you very well.
Yeah, now it's much better. We really changed. Yeah.
You were telling a very good story. Please continue.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. 胡月林同好啦。Okay. Yeah. You see, from 2002 to 2008, Dr. Pang, developed the yuan series complete. At the same time, he really talked about the second model of life living, also developed the new theory called the theory of Shun. This Shun, is a new words, new pronouncement of Chinese. Dr. Pang, based on the Chinese, the language principles, he developed a new words, Shun. This is really talking about the holistic structure of time, space of the universal life. Okay, and use this one word to talking the holistic structure information of time, space of the universe. Also, use this one word talking the holistic information structure of time, space of the thing. And everything, they have their holistic structure of the information, right? Yeah, everything have their holistic structure. The chair is like a blueprint of chair, right? Everything have their blueprint, right? The complete blueprint as, the holistic information structure of time, space of the things. Okay. This Shun theory really relate to UNT theory and universal life development theory. Okay. This in the future, Dr. Pang will publish this new book. When Dr. Pang published the book, okay, in the future, we can share more. All right. 2005 until now, 2018, based on Dr. Pang's this new theory, the theory of Shun, the complete yuan theory and the hypothesis of three-level substances philosophy, we redoing the scientific study, done a lot of scientific study. This scientific study is study the three-level of substances philosophy. Okay. Through this study, really in the physics field, chemistry field, and life field, and the consciousness field. Also, this year we published the Dr. Pang, in one conference meeting, is published a lot of this new scientific study. This conference meeting, here you can see the World Academy Symposium on Qi Culture, Consciousness, and Human Life Science in Jiangxi University of Traditional Chinese Medicine, and research, colleagues of Qi essence, This in 15th June of 2018, published the new result of scientific study in China. Okay, in the future, you know, our Zhineng Qigong Science Worldwide magazine, you know, we will to give up the news more and more. Okay, it's really to see, you know, whole Zhineng Qigong theory philosophy really based on the hypothesis of three-level substances philosophy, you know, develop the theory of Hunyuan whole entity, meaning develop the basic science of Zhineng Qigong science. Okay, that's showing up the theories of Hunyuan whole entities. Based on this hypothesis of three-level substances philosophy, the basic science of Zhineng Qigong science, we develop the applied science of Zhineng Qigong science. Then we use all those ideas to do the scientific study in the medical line, in the physical field, you know, chemistry field, you know, life and consciousness. All right. You know, these three parts together is the theory of Hunyuan whole entity. You know, Master Zhang Yuhong, who is used, you know, over 8-10 years, translated the theories of Hunyuan whole entity book of Dr. Pang. Her version of translation has Dr. Pang's permission in a big book. You know, we published it in the United States. Yeah. Later we can show the book to you, you know. All right. You know, this book is a 5-book used for the 2 years HUAXIA Zhineng Qigong college training program. 2 years, you know, really in the school, because I am last 2 years training, you know, from morning to the later evening. Very intense training, study all the theory and practice a lot. Dr. Pang, you know, published a lot of books, over 19 books. Since 2002 until now, he has published another 4 books as well. A new book also will be published. Here, this picture is really show the 1988 in HUAXIA Zhineng Qigong Center set up in Shijiazhuang, this area. 1991 moved to Qinhuangdao. 1996, the healing center moved to Tangshan Fengren, and the Zhineng Qigong City built up, you know, in Zicao Wu, Shunyi, Beijing. You know, this I working there 1 year, you know, and working there 1 year so great because we feeling we build up our own home. You know, in that time we really feeling, oh, that be our whole life. You know, however, it's a good memory. Okay, yeah. Here shows some picture. This Dr. Pang, everyone from the internet already know. So Dr. Pang with his wife, Master Zhu. Master Zhu is a Buddhist master, practitioners. She also very high abilities. Okay. Third here, Master Feng with Master Cao, you know, and Dr. Pang, 3 of them together set up HUAXIA Zhineng Qigong Training Center, 1998 in Shijiazhuang City. All right. And this one picture is 1994. All those the teachers who working in HUAXIA Healing Center, Research Center, and the Training Center. That year we have more than 600, you know, masters working together. Okay. 1994 in the summer, we're receiving 1 month. We're receiving over more than 7,000 students within 1 month. Yeah. This is why I know why Zhineng Qigong spring out very fast, because really scientific study, for Hunyuan medical Qigong therapy and scientific study, really see Dr. Pang developed this philosophy, really right, it's a brand new philosophy for our human society around the world. The hypothesis of three-level substances philosophy is brand new philosophy on this planet in human being. Yeah. If you like to learn this, okay, in the future, we can share more. All right. This here, my wife, Master Xue, and me, we working there, meeting there, or the marriage in HUAXIA Center. You see these pictures, which year? It's 1988. Yeah, 1988. This really the beginner masters set up the HUAXIA Center working there. Yeah, this I'm working in HUAXIA Center, healing center. The Dr. Pang is me. There many pictures. We just choose one. Here, this unclear. Okay. However, you see, this is our wedding picture. Dr. Pang do the wedding ceremony, several times in HUAXIA Center. Zhineng masters who working in HUAXIA Center, marriage in HUAXIA Center, Dr. Pang to do the ceremony, to the wedding ceremony, not only us, we with another family together, wedding like 4 or 5, even at one time I think it's 5, 6, couple wedding, Dr. Pang, leading do this wedding ceremony for us. We're really feeling blessed from our master. Yeah. Zhineng Qigong 1997-5 really, really passed through the test from the Chinese government. The Chinese government gave the certification, allowed Zhineng Qigong, teaching and spreading out in China. Zhineng Qigong is the first healthcare Qigong, passed through the test, from the government. Yeah. This Dr. Pang, this is the certification. Yeah. Well, also the Chinese support healthcare method book within one book. First healthcare Qigong is Zhineng Qigong, holding Qi up and pouring Qi down method. Now, level 1 and level 2 method already published within traditional Chinese medicine university school. Use Zhineng Qigong's level 1, level 2 method as the medical Qigong method teaching training in Chinese traditional medicine university school for the student manual. Yeah. From this, everyone, you can, think now you should believe, Dr. Pang is such great master to develop this, bring the traditional Chinese medicine, meeting with the essence of Chinese traditional medicine. Essence traditional Chinese medicine is Qi medicine. Is Qi medicine. Before all the traditional Chinese medicine doctors, they are the Qigong practitioners. But now, the new Chinese TCM doctor, they learn the Western medicine. It's really tricky for that. But they also great. Last 2 years, Professor Zhang Wenchun, who is our Zhineng Qigong master, bring Zhineng Qigong, into the Chinese, traditional medicine university school. Okay. in Zhejiang, in Jiangxi, then the University of Chinese TCM. They are inviting Dr. Pang as a professor, doctor, in that school. This year, Dr. Pang come to their school, teaching the students, give them students speaking about the Qi culture of Chinese medicine. Yeah. Since 2001, HUAXIA Center closed, Dr. Pang, until this year, never ever joined any conference in China. After this 17 years, first time Dr. Pang came out again, joined different conference. Chinese government really allowed him to do it. It's good news, right?
Yeah.
All right. You see Dr. Pang, in that time, only 11, healthcare Qigong passed through the test, can teaching in China. This is our certification. Okay. This year is the 5th of May. Dr. Pang first time, leave home, join the public conference meeting. This conference meeting really talk about the Second World Congress of, Marxism, conference, the philosophy. Okay. This we're in Beijing University. All right. This Professor Zhang Wenchun. Okay. This another Zhineng Qigong teacher, Xuan Mingdong. They are together, with Dr. Pang joining this conference. Yeah. After 17 years, first time came out. It's amazing. This 17 years, Dr. Pang working very hard to complete the theories of Yuan Ti, create or developed theory of Shun, to develop the hypothesis of three-level substance philosophy, bring complete. Later on, he will publish this philosophy, a book. Also, for our work, we really like bring all the scientific study we done in China, come to outside China, let all the countries, benefit from Dr. Pang's this new philosophy. We can do a lot of scientific study. Which one, interested, please contact us. We can, discussion about the future, do the scientific study, help our human being society, grows up into advanced level of living. And also, the scientific study until now we continue to do, based on the Yuan Ti theory, and the three-level substances philosophy theory, we consciously grow this wheat. We, with our conscious awareness intention, with Qi, sending Qi and information to the wheat seed, grow organic. This 1, 2, 3, 4 generation, this wheat, the nutrition you measured, totally different than another, wheat grow. This really, good energy food. Yeah. If you eat this energy food, on one hand, you can, recover from sickness, improve your health, can live in healthy a long well. Dr. Pang this year also come to the field to see with all the Zhineng Qigong researchers, masters. Yeah. It's 17th June, Dr. Pang really get hired by Jiangxi University of Chinese TCM medicine. They invited Dr. Pang here. Dr. Pang gives speaking, the conference. This conference, over 300-400 people joined the conference. We published a new scientific study. Okay. Also, Dr. Pang wrote a poetry, give the idea. Yeah, maybe Brita can read in the English. A poetry, 满江红. Okay.
Revival of Qi culture heritage. The boundless universe is a great global village. Humans emanated from monkeys over millions of years, but lived in ignorance. The flowers of human culture first blossomed on the glorious tree of China. Modern science has done great work to nourish these cultural roots. Look at today, the rejuvenation of this great dream. People in the divine land are inspired. Qi culture evolved from ancient times until now. The essence of Qi is a new body of knowledge. The good news keeps pouring in from the 3 levels of substance experiments: dispelling tumors, mending broken bones, and recovering the life force from fried seeds, producing energy, transforming it into matter, and information returning death to life. The great sublimation from the experiments to the laws developed the theory of Shung.
Okay. Yeah, this is really a valuable information. Dr. Pang, this is Dr. Pang's poetry, we translate into English. Okay. And this, now the Zhineng Qigong all around the world, I think you all know Zhineng Qigong really spreading out around the world. Over more than 100 countries have Zhineng Qigong groups or practitioners. Okay, this is just a part of it. I know now in China we have several Zhineng Qigong masters really travel around the world, share and spreading out Zhineng Qigong. As like Master Li Hongshi, yeah, Master Wei Qifeng, Master Jian Shiliu, Zhen Qingchuan, also has another master, Master Wang Lin, Ning Xuedong, Central, we have many, we are really happily to share and spread out Zhineng Qigong science, into the world, help all people on this planet. Yeah. And this is just a part of it. Now this Master Cao Hefang turned to 91 years, yes, 91 years old. Very healthy, very strong, every day continue practice body and mind. Yeah. And this Master Feng, this year we are meeting together. We really to see every year we are meeting together. Yeah. This is Dr. Pang's recent picture. Dr. Pang very well. He's still working hard, writing the new books. Yeah. Also teaching us how to do the scientific studies. Yeah. We are really lucky to have really such a good, master leading us in our life, actually. Yeah. This also different countries. Yeah. This is a different scientific study. This is for the magnet study, based on the new philosophy, 3-level substances philosophy to the scientific study. Very successful. This for the electrical study. I'm not translation to English, okay. But this is for the light study. You transform your consciousness intention into the light. Yeah. Yes. This is the temperature. Temperature study. Use your consciousness, change the temperature of study. Yeah. This, use your consciousness, of UNT to change, to change the quality of the materials, change their structure, their qualities, their characters. Yeah. And this is another for the metal. Use the consciousness impact the metal and make metal lighter or harder. Yeah. This for the quantum study. Use our consciousness of UNT, change the radiation of the quantum, change the frequency of the quantum field. Okay. This is around the whole world, only we done this successfully. Yeah. And yeah, that is the new science study. This history until now, right? But this like healing stories. Yeah, today we already show this. Now around the world have many people get benefit through our Zhineng Qigong HUAXIA medical therapy treatment. As like this Barbara in United States had a brain tumor, through the healing, get recovered. Everyone, maybe you can see a short video. We just use this idea, send energy to dissolve tumors. That's consciousness of using this state according to the theory of HUAXIA and EMT. And the level substantial philosophy, they are extremely transformed into each other. Okay. There's another friend, also the tumor in the brain recovery. Yeah. We have too many. Okay. If we are look at the future, we really believe the hypothesis of three-level substances philosophy will lead in the topic of scientific study around the world. Yeah, we really believe it. Actually, now we all practice Zhineng Qigong science. We learn UNT theory, three-level substances philosophy. We say in our life, I believe we are lucky meeting with this new philosophy. All right. For me, what my work here is what is my work now. I have my own center. We have international HUAXIA therapist, organization. You can find all the information. Also has the HUAXIA consciousness science study in Sweden. Have a Zhineng Qigong worldwide organization in the United States. Also we working on. He lost another one, like a Qigong Institute in Netherlands. With Anna Hearing, also Brita here in Germany, South Africa, also in the future, we have Master Dai Qing in Canada. Also, we set up another organization. Yeah, the guy pointing himself. Okay. Also, in Austria, we will set up another organization in the future. Bernhard is here. Also, we will have the idea to develop our branches to each countries. If you all are interested, please, we talk about the future. Okay, we really spreading out Dr. Pang's new philosophy to whole human being society, service for humankind, together, to bring this new mindset to human society, to bring the peace, happiness, and true love in the world together. Okay, thank you all. I think I share this enough at this moment. Maybe you all share more, okay? Hello?
Hello.
Oh. Oh, how to come back?
I think you need to stop sharing your screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already stopped. Okay. No. Hello, Maarten.
Yes, if you stop sharing, we can see you.
Okay, now I stop sharing. This is really the some history. Also, really to see the future. I believe, all of us working together be meaningful. Only Chinese Zhineng Qigong masters or say practitioners to the scientific study, that not meaningful. If you all the Western friends, you done the scientific study successfully, I think even more meaningful to see, to confirm Dr. Pang's new philosophy. It is a brand new scientific philosophy. Okay, thank you all. We should to celebration also, everyone can share your story. I know Maarten can share some story, so inspiring to everyone, right? Thank you. Hola.
Hola. So, I would like to give the word to somebody else. My story has been published on Qi channel for a while. So maybe anyone else want to share a story, how Zhineng Qigong has inspired them, and how it began for them. So anyone who wants to share, please go ahead.
Maarten, hello.
Hello, who's speaking? Anyone wants to share something as a question?
Here.
Chrissy wants to share.
Hello.
I
have my hands up. Hello.
Hands up, okay. Well, you have so many hands. Just say your name, please.
Chrissy Beru.
Hello, Chrissy. Please.
Hi. Hello.
I'm searching for you, and then we can picture you as well. But please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm really, really grateful of what you're doing there, and really grateful for this special day, because for me it's an apocalypse, I can say that, in my short life. I decided to leave a career as a costume designer and go to China 7 years ago, just practicing Zhineng Qigong, because one of my motivations was to bring this in Greece. I live in Greece, and bring Zhineng Qigong, especially healing Qigong, especially for cancer. I didn't have any disease in those days, except of some cervical syndromes or some imbalance in my skeleton. But after I've studied with Master Liu Yuntong and I brought it in Greece, in 2015 I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Actually, only for it lasted just for 2 months. After 2 months, everything is fine. When I visited doctor, he told me that I will never stop have pains, and even cortisone will never bring, stop pain to me. And the thing I shared with that doctor at that moment was not, I don't accept this information. And I realized after that this is the most important, not accepting the information in our system, body system. And after all, in 2 months, things have finished with lachi, a special diet, and nothing else. And so I'm really grateful. And, sometimes I became teacher before, but when I had this experience inside me, I understand the really power, how powerful is this system. And I thank you, all of you. I'm here. Thank you, Maarten. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for sharing a wonderful story. I understand right that you had a diagnosis, and within 2 months, the practice and experience you have as a teacher as well, you were able to get through the disease and get rid of all the symptoms, right?
Yes. I actually, in Greece, I have some practitioners that they really, really go well, especially with leukemia cancer, yes, and also with pancreatitis. It's finished. There are many, many examples that little by little start to get known in my country. Yeah, little by little. Yeah.
And you are teaching them?
Yes, I'm instructor and Qi healer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Thank you very much. I think we are very inspired by this. Thank you for sharing.
Everybody, be well, Hala.
Hala. Okay. Wow. This is already great story. Is to all our or has a question?
Yeah.
Chrissy or to
Michelle, may I? Hello, Maarten.
We know each other. Hello. Go ahead.
Are you telling me? Can I?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, Michelle.
I am Ushul from Turkey. Zhineng Qigong has changed my life enormously. I wasn't sick, but I am a hypnosis and NLP expert and constantly dealing with clients. And I have almost magical healings. And my knowledge and belief in Zhineng Qigong, I think, influences it a lot. I try to guide clients as much as possible in this knowledge. But I would like, rather than sharing an inspiration story with you, may I use this opportunity to ask a question to Master Liu about the new theory of Dr. Peng. We know the Yi-1T theory. I constantly read about Zhineng Qigong, but I'm not sure if I know the new theory of Dr. Peng. Is it possible for him to share with us what it consists of, or where we can learn about it more? Thank you. And I'd like to thank him many times. Thank you many times for organizing this event. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your question. this book, the theories of Hunyuan whole entity,
Yes.
has the theories of Hunyuan Qi and Yuan Qi,
Yes.
consciousness and the morality. You know, in this moment, everyone, you're learning this enough. For the new theory, you know, the 3 levels of substances philosophy within this book also have the original idea. Yeah. The new book, Dr. Pang will publish the new book in the future. You know, when he published the book, okay, in the future, you know, we will to collecting our team to translation. Okay.
Okay, so we will be awaiting with lots of impatience. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, and we should really be patient. You know, Dr. Pang, he really like to share all those, but have plans step by step. Okay. You know, also, you know, if you all really like to share your successful healing stories, you know, to inspiring the Zhineng Qigong worldwide, you know, around the world, you can, you know, writing down your story with the medical diagnosis, you know, if you like to show your picture, also fine, you know, you can contact to our magazine, you know, Martha work, you know, we publish the Zhineng Qigong Science Worldwide magazine. Dr. Pang really know this magazine. You know, he has given a lot of idea. This as a bridge to bring international Zhineng Qigong worldwide as a one family. They have a lot of things you can find from Zhineng Qigong worldwide.org website. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for this for the question, Michelle, and answer by Liu Laoxi. I would like to ask if anybody else has a story to share about his or her own healing path, which might be just at the start or might be already in the past and now completely returned to health. Anything that you would like to share?
Maarten, this is Deborah from the United States.
Hi, Deborah. Hello.
Hi, you look so great. May I share?
I know you too. Yes, please go ahead.
I would like to say to everyone that my journey started in 1994, and I was fortunate to be able to be at the center in 1996. I went with Master Luke Chan. And since then, you know, I looked the same, and I say this all the time, from my experience at the center, everything went from believing or hoping that Zhineng Qigong worked to knowing it works. And then over the years, you know, that's almost 20 years ago, 18 years ago, we have our ups and downs in our lives. And we may have illnesses, we may have things and challenges in our lives. And for me, the biggest component of everything was having this inner knowing. And even though times can get very, very rough, and I know Maarten's been there over and over as well, as every single person has at some point, there's something inside that allows us to connect consciously with the information that's available to help us change internally. And that information that is available to all of us through the Qi field, Dr. Pong's information, through reading the books, and then utilizing that, not as a separate part of your life, but as an everyday change in your life, and living your life through that essence, I guess is how you can say it, has been for me the most transforming and positive thing that has ever happened in my life. And it has kept me alive. It has helped many, many other people as well. And I think the most important aspect is changing your frame of reference and changing your perspective and your mindset from hoping to knowing. And that seems to switch everything around. And I think that comes from experience and challenges in our life, which force us to make these changes. And I am extremely grateful from the bottom of my heart and excited because things keep changing and expanding and growing, and we all change and grow and expand with that. So we can never, ever stop. Once you're in this, if you're on this Qi channel right now, you're on a path that is an adventure for your entire life. And Maarten is like the perfect example. You just keep going. And it's so wonderful. And I just thank you so much for doing this, Maarten, and for Master Liu, Dr. Pong, Master Feng, everybody at the center that has ever taught, and all the teachers throughout the world, and every single practitioner. So I get all excited. So I guess that's it. Thank you very much.
Deborah and I know each other for a long time, and it's so wonderful to see you again and to hear you speak, to see you speak. And I had the shivers on my back, so I know where it's coming from. It's so long ago. It's already 10 years ago almost, and we're still so close. It's really good to see you. And thank you for your words. And thank you, of course, everybody that is sharing something. So I'm going to ask other people if they want to share something. Whatever they want to share. Just a joy. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Amir.
Yes, hi, friend. How are you? I'd like to share that my journey with Zhineng Qigong started in 2015. Just by accident, I met a teacher in Manhattan. It was Master Jianxie Liu, and then I invited him back to New York. And then very early on, Maarten, just by good fortune, I met you, and we started practicing together, and we started this wonderful Qi channel. And we've had the great honor and privilege of meeting so many great teachers from China, such as Master Liu, and then also Western teachers, our dear friend Deborah and Britta, and so many friends and teachers here. Just to share my own personal journey, I thankfully don't have any health issues. My interest has been all along spiritual development of consciousness. That has been a personal journey of mine for 30 years, going back to 1980s. And I studied with many different Indian teachers. I was a longtime devotee of Sai Baba, very powerful Indian teacher, Zen Buddhism, Vajrayana Buddhism. But I can tell you, coming across Qigong, it's such a efficient system. Our beloved Zhineng Qigong, I have progressed so much and have felt the universe. And it's been just a just a wonderful experience. And so I'm very grateful of meeting you, Maarten, and creation of this beautiful platform, the Qi Channel. And through that Qi Channel, we have, I think, hosted together over 30 teachers. So I just wanted to thank you. And what an amazing life journey, as Deborah said, you have had. So it's so wonderful to see a great family of all these beautiful students and teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, Amir. You look so different. You look very healthy today. I'm very happy to see you like this. And all the best to you. And of course, we are really happy to have the luck to share so many teachers with the world. And
Yes.
I know still many people are watching our videos, recordings, and whatever method of practice of method of Qigong you want to practice or whatever, it's so inspiring to see that many people, just from the, as Liu Laoxi explained, are now benefiting. And I'm happy that we can build a channel together. That's really, in my humble opinion, is the way to go. Free sharing all over the world.
Absolutely.
From our heart, and that we will continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, I think Kelly just sent me a private chat message that she wants to share something as well. I think it will be inspiring too. So Kelly, are you there?
I am here. Hi, thank you so much.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yes.
Great. Well, this is so lovely, and I'm just so incredibly honored to be a part of your tribe and to be able to hear your teachings when I was desperately dying. I learned about you guys and literally pulled me out of the trash. I was diagnosed at 48 with a very, very aggressive brain disease called frontal temporal dementia with ALS. So I was having this amazing life, living in bold print, and then all of a sudden I had no function of my brain, my body. I was literally, vicious and violent and aggressive, and I was teaching the Course in Miracles for 19 years before that, just full of love. So I got to go to the darkest part of the soul with this frontal lobe part, and then it progressed into the cerebellum, and I couldn't stand up. It was imploding. I couldn't swallow. I was exasperating when I was eating. I mean, the ALS part was really aggressive. And I have been practicing with my whole heart and not attached to the outcome and sharing everything I can as freely with as many people as I can, because it has given me my heart back. Not to mention I can walk and talk and breathe okay on my own and live on my own again. And every day I practice and I enjoy it, and I have no attachment to the end game. But my whole heart is in it because I see the light come on, and to just be a part of this breaking the Western medical promises of dying so brutally and aggressively. There's nothing more that brings me joy than to see the light come on for people that are hopeless and feel like there's no answer when there are, and to be a part of this wave of sharing it with the world. I get to film for a company tomorrow that is spreading, news, and it's just such a great, great honor to be able to be a part of this. And your guys' Qi channel and the Mingshui meditations, all this free stuff that's been given, pulled me out of the trash because I lost everything very young in the middle of my career building, and I didn't have money. So the medicine is here. If you really, really, really want it, I believe everything will come, and I give back way more than I take. And I think that's the flow of Zhineng Qigong, and I believe that anybody who really wants it, it's here for all of us to give and receive, and to teach is to learn. So the more we give away, the more we get. So it just feels like such a a win-win-win all the way around to be a part of this wave when seemingly things are so difficult in so many areas. To be on this path of bringing so much love and brightness and joy to the world is just such a gift. And I'm just so grateful and honored to be a part of this tribe. Thank you. Thank you for this day too. And thank you to Dr. Peng and all the teachers, all of us, all of you.
Kelly, thank you very much. Also give thanks to yourself. You did it, and you look great, and your story is inspiring. I feel it, and I think we should hear more from you in the near future. I think Amir and I will have enough for more 10 years for healing stories. So, but thank you. What you say is give more and more, and then receive more. I think it's really the truth. Yes, thank you. So after hearing all these healing stories, I'm also almost dying for more. Not literally, but I want to hear from you more. If anybody else wants to share anything, please, or just say it in silence is also good.
Maarten.
Yes.
This is Ellen in New York. Can you hear me?
Ellen, I can see and hear you very well.
Oh, very good. My story is not so much about physical healing, but would have become probably physical problem if not for Zhineng Qigong and my training. I was living in Greece for about 20 years and had gone through a series of emotional crises, which we know can manifest into physical crises as well, having to do with the loss of people and animals that I loved. When one of my dear friends kept saying, oh, you should come to the beach. There's a teacher she's actually from Paris, Geneviève Sobanoglu, who was doing Zhineng Qigong on the beach. And I always had a reason why I couldn't go. I was doing horseback riding or dancing or something. But one day I went. But I got there too early and there was no one there. So I left. And then they called me and said, come back. It was a very, very windy day. And I thought, well, this is the perfect atmosphere for people to be doing energy work on the beach, is in the wind. They wouldn't stay home just because of a lot of wind. And from the very first class, I said, this is for me. And it really helped me. And I did private healings also with my teacher to balance my emotions. That's where my problem was, very high and very, very, very low. And then I got so into the training that I wanted so much to practice on the days when we didn't have class, but I had no books, I had no videos, and I couldn't really remember the sequences very well. Then Geneviève invited teacher Xi Xiaofeng to come to Greece every year, and we would go on week-long retreats and get very deep into the practice, which was really hooked me even more. And on the last retreat that I was with them in Crete, he announced next year we would do the 3-month teacher training. They offered the 3-month teacher training in the Qingcheng Mountains in China. And I literally felt my heart like skip a beat and thought, oh, this is for me. But it wasn't my time, I thought, to travel because my husband was not well and there was no way that I would leave him alone for 3 months or even in the care of someone else for 3 months. But then we went back from Crete to the mainland, and within 3 weeks, my husband died. And that was quite a shock because he was doing well, relatively well. And then suddenly he was gone. And the teachers were with us, you know, in spirit. They had us in the Qi field all the time. But I realized that because Zhineng Qigong had helped me previously to adapt to the emotional losses and to balance, that I really needed to go to China. And that's what I did. Before I moved back to the United States, I ended up doing a full circle as my husband did. He was born in Greece and then came to New York for 50 years, then moved back to Greece with me for 20 years, and then he made his transition. I was born in Staten Island, I went to Greece, and now I'm back in Staten Island again. But before I left Greece, I was Googling to find Zhineng Qigong teachers on my island, and there was none. And I said, oh, how can I leave my teacher if there's no teacher? And then I thought, well, I better be the teacher, because that's really, as Kelly said, the best way for learning, or another great way to learn. So I came back to New York, certified to teach the levels 1, 2, and 3. I've been teaching now for a couple of years. And then I met Amir in Manhattan, which is just across the water. But as we know, Amir, sometimes that commute can be a little bit long, especially coming back and forth in the evening via mass transportation. Anyway, we had teacher Jianshe Liu here in July. He came to Staten Island. First time a Chinese Zhineng Qigong teacher has visited us. And the path is open and continuing. And now we have many practitioners on Staten Island. And I am so grateful to Dr. Pang, to the universe, to teacher Genevieve, my first Qigong teacher, to teacher Shi, to teachers Wei and Lu and Ling and Gao and Dao and Tao and all the teachers. And of course, teacher Yu, who I haven't met yet, but one day in person, I believe we will meet again. And to all of you who are here today, sharing this wonderful celebration. Maarten, Amir, thank you for the Qi channel, because this is also life-saving. They say when the person is ready, the teacher will come. And if there's no way to physically be at a location where there's a teacher, there's Qi channel, and there are many wonderful resources. So anyone can practice. And we know now Qigong is a way of life. It's not about only practicing and going to class. It's about your awareness, what you think about. Xin Xiang Shi Cheng, what you think about, you will get. Hunyan Ling Tong, I want to say to everyone, and Hao La, and thank you very much.
Hello, Ellen. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. I know we share the love for dogs. I've seen that repeatedly. So, wonderful story also with the transition and how you became a teacher. That's wow, that's a powerful story and healing in itself. I see other people raise their hands. I'm trying to look. Is there anyone else? Like, I see Camelia and I see Bianca. So who wants to go first? Say something. Please come forward.
Okay. Hi, this is Bianca. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hi, Bianca.
Hi, Maarten. Thank
Hi.
you. I'm so taken with all of this that I really did not want to speak, but I think that then I should, because I just want to express gratitude to Master Teacher Liu, to yourself, to Maarten for this wonderful channel, this wonderful experience, to Dr. Pang, all the teachers. You know, I came to Zhineng Qigong 9 years ago with Parkinson's disease. And I have been free of the condition and medication and everything for, 7 years now. And that was just the start of the wonderful experience. That was just the beginning. And I am so grateful. And I would just be repeating everything that Kelly has said and that Deborah has said and that all these wonderful people have said. So just thank you, everyone, for our connection and our continued connection. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Shishin and Haula.
Haula. Thank you, Bianca. That's wonderful to hear from you again. For anybody that has followed Bianca or didn't follow her, you can watch recordings from her on our Qi channel. And how inspiring you are, Bianca, we now know. Thank you.
You are an inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you. That's okay. So, okay, a message from Chrissy. She has to leave. She will start lessons in 10 minutes. Grateful for this wonderful birthday celebration. Grateful for the ancient Chinese story. Grateful for Dr. Pang's offer to the world. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Chrissy. Have a good teaching. you will be filming together, I see, Kelly and Bianca. Is Camelia still around? Maybe she wants to share something. She raised her hand. Anybody else? Such a great meeting.
Martin?
Molly has raised her hand, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Ellen.
Welcome.
Okay, see. Is that Molly, you said?
Molly.
Molly, okay. Go ahead, Molly.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Ellen. Everyone has been so articulate and so wonderful with their healing stories. I wanted to give a hello to Kelly. Kelly, we got to work together on Google Hangout a number of years ago. Do you remember? That was wonderful. So I had a chance to go through school and do some healing sessions through Ming Gu's center, and Kelly and I worked together through Google Hangout, and I got to do a number of those with people throughout the world, which was a really wonderful experience for me. I just wanted to say I've been practicing since 2008, and 2012 got my certificate, but I've had a couple of years going through school for physical therapy, and it's been wonderfully challenging to keep my Qigong practice going. And so all of you and resources, the amazing healing session in Hawaii that I got to go to, that Master Liu and all the international healers were there, and all my dear friends, I want to thank you and give a shout out. I just wanted to share a brief story. When I was practicing regularly here, I had 3 classes a week in Olympia, Washington. And I had one fellow who came to classes, and he had a form of diabetes that affected his eyes. And he explained that his doctor was the most renowned doctor in Washington state, in the United States, who handled this form of diabetes. After he practiced 3 times a week in our classes, he went to see his doctor, and the doctor said, "What have you been doing? Your eyes are 50% better." And he said, "All I've done is Zhineng Qigong, and that's the only change." So that's the story I wanted to share because it was so encouraging. And I'm personally looking forward to doing more classes so that I can get more of that healing information to share. Thanks so much, everybody. I am so grateful.
Thank you, Molly. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your story. Having 50% improvement of your eyes, that's amazing. Wow, that must be opening your eyes literally, and also, that's great to hear. So thank you for sharing. Yeah, any story, it's amazing to hear so many people coming forward, and thank you again. So I see other people raising their hands. I think we should not stop. We should go on. Jane Wu.
Hi everyone. It's my first time to join this meeting, and I live in California in Silicon Valley. And this year I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. So I was searching the internet, and I'm very grateful I found Bianca's book. So I read her 2 books and got on her Facebook, and I went to Ming Gu's retreat in California. Actually, he came here in early August for 5 days. So I learned lift Qi up and pour Qi down. That brought me into Zhineng Qigong. I originally grew up in China for 25 years, and I've been in the US for 25 years. So I'm happy today I get on this community, and I hear the sharing of the successful story of Zhineng Qigong, about healing and inspiration. And I'm very happy I could join this meeting. Thank you all. Thank you very much. And I'll continue to practice Qigong. Hope someday you can hear my healing story.
Thank you, Jane. That's wonderful. Yes, keep on practicing, and healing is on the way. That's you have heard other people's stories now, and the more we can share, and the more we can be of inspiration. And Bianca, sure, will have given you the right inspiration, as she does to so many people with other diseases and to overcome. So thank you very much, Jane.
Yeah, I like her story. The book she wrote was very good, and I read again and again.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. May I ask you, how often do you hold this kind of meeting?
Yes. We do Sunday meetings normally for on Qi channel. If you find us on Facebook, you are a member of Facebook, then you can find us on the Qi channel, and we organize meetings with teachers, or we practice ourselves on Sunday. So whenever you can, join us, and look for more information on the announcement about announcements on Facebook, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anybody else?
Maarten?
Yes.
I am Lenore.
Lenore, hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. It is such a privilege to be here with you all. It's very moving to me. And I did want to share my experience like a mirror. I sought Qigong for the spiritual path, and in my life for many years ago, I asked my circle of friends, please read with me and let's discuss and study our spiritual path. And my friend Martha Work was one friend who said, okay, and we read a book, but we didn't continue until my husband was doing Zhineng Qigong with a local teacher, Deborah Lissam. And finally, I said, I want to know more about it. And I went, and it turned out Martha came at the same time, and we took a workshop, and then with a few years passed, and Liu came, and we had workshops with Liu, and we decided to do the teacher training. So the spiritual community developed around Zhineng Qigong, and it's been so meaningful to me in that it was a way to reach that place of understanding oneness and the idea of Dada and how to live in the world and participate and receive all of that amazing personal support and energy, at the same time sharing with the world and the universe. So it's amazing to me. And then the last part of my story is when I was in the teacher training, I learned that I had a positive tumor in my breast, and I faced that with such peace and calm. And when the doctor, the oncologist, said, this is what you have, my husband and I were driving home, and I was just laughing, like, this is what's happened. This is amazing. And then I learned I had a second tumor that was positive. So I went through a period of finding out what to do, and they said I had a triple negative, 2 different kinds of cancer, and that I needed all the treatment. I needed radiation, chemotherapy, and not to mention a mastectomy, and then 5 years of treatment of medication. So I knew from my past that I wasn't really feeling like that was from my past orientation. As a child, I grew up, I didn't go to the doctor. Our family was in a remote area. So I said no to that. And at the same time, I knew that I had Qigong practice to support me. So the short story is that I didn't choose any of that treatment, and I devoted more time to my Qigong practice. And I spoke with Liu, and I had this wonderful community surrounding me, supporting me in that teacher training particularly. And like Deborah Wesberger said, you know, just that deeper knowing comes. And like Kelly said, I'm not holding on to the outcome. You know, I'm just living day to day to day, moment to moment. And it has been 4 years since that initial diagnosis, and I'm happy. Every day I'm so happy, and my body feels so healthy. Like the Qi flows through my body and relates to the outside world in and out, and it's just a fabulous way to be. And I thank you all for listening and for what you contribute to that Qi field.
Thank you, Lenore. Your story must be inspiring to all people that go through the same diagnosis and problems that you have had. And so again, wonderful to hear from you, and we'd like to know more of you. You know, there's so many healers that actually are the biggest teachers in our world, and you're one of them. It seems that, and also something special is that Deborah Lissum, you mentioned her, that she also was a fellow kidney patient, as I am. So, and so she also was through Liu, she became an inspiration for me, hearing her story. And thank you for coming online like this. That's really nice to hear.
Thank you.
Well, stay within the Qi field, together with all of us. Yes. Okay.
I'd like to add something to that. Lenore mentioned her story, which is so inspiring, but her dedication and her practice. This woman practices 2 hours every day, and I find that so inspiring. She just never gave up trusting and believing, and it's working, and it's, like I say, very inspiring.
Yes, the wonder of this meeting, Martha, is that we go back to the roots of Zhineng Qigong at the start of the meeting, and now we hear all these stories. You know, it's so wonderful that people really benefit, and as you say, sometimes we really need to hard practice to get who we really are and what our energy is really. And wow, thank you for that sharing. Yes. So I see Bianca still has her hand raised, but I think that's we already spoke to her. Somebody from Present Moment Living says, I'm in San Diego, USA, and must have to prepare for teaching tomorrow. Have to go. What a privilege and honor to share with time and space with you. Okay, thank you. Also have a good time. I think maybe there are other people that want to share. So many people stay with us for a long time already. That's great. So maybe I can ask our teacher Liu to say something. Okay. So teacher Liu, if you're still there, I will unmute you. Liu?
I'm here.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So you must be inspired as everyone else.
You know, and today is really the celebration. I'm so happy to listening all of your stories. You know, really, I can say Zhineng Qigong really is my life. Also, I really thankful for you all to share all those beautiful stories. Master work is charging the Zhineng Qigong Science Worldwide magazine. If you guys can write in your story, support it. Okay, please contact her. Okay. Here we have a 5 days Zhineng Qigong Science HUAXIA therapy retreat in Germany. This is why here we have more friends join us meeting. And I think the times go on so fast, right? And if we like practice together or share more, all is okay. I think tonight we only play one song. No another song. Sing the 8 verses, right? Maybe someone like sing a song.
Oh, the question I have, Leo, is if anybody wants to sing a song as well, but also we have 2 hours together now, is to end our meeting with a meditation.
Okay,
just
we are meditating.
Just a short one.
Okay, that's a good meditation. We make a simple meditation, but I believe it's powerful because today, really, as the 30 years birthday of Zhineng Qigong celebration, Dr. Pang, he really sending all the new information within HUAXIA field of Zhineng Qigong worldwide. And we are connecting to Dr. Pang's information in the Qi field, and all Zhineng Qigong masters, teachers, practitioners. Only one thing is everyone get a clear intention for yourself. We're borrowing this powerful Qi field, to improving our health, reach the goal of our life intention, okay? I think we just do the meditation, okay? Yeah. All right.
Yes, please. Yes.
Everyone, we do the meditation together, okay? 好。Okay. Everyone, sit down upright. Lift up by Hui. Tucking chin. Relax the whole body naturally. Please looking straight forward. Focusing the vision on one point. Draw the vision inward and gently close the eyelid. Continuing draw the vision inward, entering center of head, Shenji Palace. Entering the center of Yiyuan Ti. Forward. From bottom of the heart to set up the conscious awareness intention for your own body healthy and the life. Trust and believe your intention is already successful done well. Now focusing mind from center of heart, shining, seeing through the whole body and out. Imagining your body is a Qi body. The Qi body follow your mind, expanding out, getting large and large, merging with the space of the whole universe. Up into the center of the universe, beyond the sky. Down to the center of the universe, under the earth. Out from front, back, left, right. Always out into space of the universe, beyond the horizon. Opening up the heart and mind complete. Entire body is integrated and harmonized with the space of the whole universe in a oneness. From bottom of the heart, consciously opening up and connect with the whole Zhineng Qigong science worldwide Qi field. Connect with the information of Zhineng Qigong science worldwide Qi field from Dr. Mings, all Zhineng Qigong masters, teachers, and all practitioners in the whole world. Heart to heart and mind to mind. To receiving the abundant Qi and brand new positive information. Collecting, gathering the abundant Qi and information. Thinking our Hunyuan Qi field, our meeting Qi field. Thinking all friends within the meeting. Thinking the space surround you. Thinking the space deep inside of you. Inside of your body and our Qi field, the Hunyuan Qi is plentiful. Different levels, positive informations are powerful. Our Qi field is one working for healing, progressing, develop the intelligence, wisdoms, and complete understanding the life Qi field. Our Qi field, according to our group's intention, to working, and working very well. 混元灵Focusing mind from the center of UNT, shining through body and expanding out again. In your own body, Qi field and Qi body getting large and large, merging with our meeting group Qi field in the whole world. You are our group Qi field. Group Qi field is you. We are one in the Qi. Hua. Hua. Together, do a meditation of the 8 verses. The mind expands, body relaxes, touching the sky, standing on earth, focusing the mind from center of UNT, expanding out, merging with each organs, tissues, each layers of body into one, passing through each layers of body out, from flow direction, expanding out. UNT, inducing life, Qi, expanding out from flow direction, merging with the Qi field, alternating worldwide, Dr. Pang's, and the Qi field of the whole universe into a wholeness. up, beyond the sky, down onto the earth, out to space beyond the horizon. Keep the awareness ability of ENT. Be consciously aware. Our ENT expanding out, merging with the space of the whole universe into one. At the same time, aware the home of the soul, center of UNT, the center of your body. The entire space of the whole universe is the sky. Center of UNT is the earth. Body is the earth. Experiencing the space inside the heart and UNT and the space of the universe has no difference. Inside, outside, no boundaries. Feeling inside space of you, same as the space of the universe. Space of the universe as the space inside of you. The space deep inside of you seems empty, but seemingly not emptiness. Seems nothing exists, but seemingly existing some things. In Chinese words, we say, 空空荡荡，恍恍惚惚，恍恍惚惚，空空荡荡。Inside of you, there are only the Qi. The Qi is according to your intention work. Space inside of your ENT and heart become pure and clear. Deep, quiet, and peaceful. From the bottom of the heart, very respect to this state of the heart and mind. This state of ENT living. Be respectful and quiet externally and internally. Through respectful heart and mind. Into deep quietness. Within the deep quietness and relaxation, the UNT is manifested. Mind getting clear and clear. The inside form of UNT become pure, even, clear, similar as the stillness water in the ocean. Can see the bottom of the ocean. UNT, very pure, even clear. It can reflect and manifest out each organs, each layers of body. Can reflect in manifesting out each thought or mindset and each organs or body inside of you. Also can be reflecting, manifesting out everything surround you. UNT as a full direction mirror, as the full direction 3D, even though as an 8-9D mirror, can reflecting, manifesting out inside of you and outside of you, everything. Keep this state of heart, mind, UNT. That is, the mind is clear and the appearance is humble. Keep the humble heart, mind. Very respectful to this state of heart, mind, UNT. Because humble heart, the daily distracting thoughts gone, disappear. UNT always becomes aware this state of UNT's clarity, peace, and pureness. Within this state of UNT, will develop one conscious awareness intention. The Qi of the life will, according to the instruction of the conscious awareness intention, to leading the activity of the life's perfection of development. in the UNT, reflecting, manifesting art, the process of life's perfection of development activities. That is, from center of body, the qi expanding out, from flow direction into the space of the whole universe, merging with the huayan qi of the whole universe into one. Release out the qi which is not useful for our perfect health development into the nature, nourishing other living beings in the nature. Following this process, consciously meditating, consciously use your UNT, induce life qi from center of you, expanding out into the infinity space. In the UNT, manifesting the action of life qi contraction. Follow that action process, meditating. The mind consciously collecting, gathering the abundant, fresh huayan qi with useful, positive information together from the direction of the whole universe inward, entering to deep inside of your body, deep inside of the body, full of qi. Different levels, positive information becomes powerful. The qi following your intention to working, opening up all the blockages, cleaning the body, transforming the illness qi into the healthy qi, to improving and strengthening the functions and abilities of the whole body, to develop the intentions of the wisdom. When the mind becomes even more clear and clear, awakening up to self. This is the mind shining into the body deeply and inwardly. The entire body, according to our brand new intention to work. Restructure the structure of the physical body, refining life qi. refining the functionality of the body, or the function of and the ability of body return back to normal, even getting stronger and stronger. All functions, abilities of body turn to normal and getting stronger and stronger. Once more, focusing mind from the center of you, expanding out into infinity space of the whole universe. This is the mind expanding out into the infinity space. Consciously collecting, gathering the abundant qi, inducing qi into deep inside of you. The mind shining into the body deeply and inwardly. Inside our body full of qi. The pathway of the qi opening. Qi blood flowing freely. All functions are normal and getting stronger. All function turn to normal. The pathway of qi opening up, complete qi blood flowing freely. Inside body, recharging the qi fully. Mind, qi, and body integrated and harmonized into a brand new state of health, level of health. This is the entire body is harmonized with qi. Harmonized with qi. Happily enjoying this brand new, healthy body, heart, and mind. Now thinking our group qi field, collecting, gathering the abundant qi, thinking the space around you, continue absorbing the qi in, sinking deep inside of your body. Absorbing the qi in lower dantian. Move hands, gather qi. Send qi in lower dantian, hands on top of each other on the navel. Dantian qi is plentiful. Entire body is nourishing by qi. Also, absorbing all great information from this meeting, sharing into inside of your yuan-ti, transforming all the positive information into your own life. This great information continuing inspiring each of us. 混元灵好 All right. Slowly open the hands and gently open the eyes. From bottom of the heart, give a thank to Dr. Pang, all teachers, everyone, and our own self. All right. 好啦，好。Thank you all. And this, 30 years birthday Qi feel very, very powerful. Everyone, afterwards you can continue, within the meditation, absorbing Qi, to nourishing Qi. And let the Qi field to nourishing your intention. Bring your intention becomes reality, result in your body and in your life. We are heart to heart, mind to mind together. We share and spreading out Dr. Pang's new philosophy to the world wide. Have all humankind who want, All right, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Maarten.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Much.
Thank you.
谢谢。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Fantastic. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Maarten, for hosting.
Bye.
All the best, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Oh,
Great seeing
when
you
you
all.
come together, say bye. All together.
Hola.
Enjoy your retreat.
Hola.
Right?
Yeah.